Okay, can you guys start on the do nows, please? I'm putting a piece of paper that's flipped over. Do not flip it over until I say so. When you're done, just please look up.
One post-it note or both of them?
One per, sorry,
Oh, one per.
I apologize. Thank you for asking that, Kiko.
One, I think that
Yeah.
defines a hero line from each one.
A little over a minute left.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You guys done? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so. Oh, wow. Is this thing present? Okay, so you guys just talked about, wrote down two things that define a hero. So just quickly before we get back to that, we're gonna define archetype. Do any of you guys know what an archetype is? Have you guys heard the word? Okay, Shane, can you read this definition of an archetype?
A character, symbol, story pattern, or other element that is common to human experience across cultures and that occurs frequently in literature, myth, and folklore.
Exactly. So an archetype could be a lot of things. It could be a person, it could be a theme. So this is something that just is kind of universal. It's something that happens or is repeated over and over again. So these are some examples. So the hero, like in writing, there's always some kind of hero in those kind of stories. You know, there's just someone who struggles and does some good. A mother figure, like a fairy godmother, or someone that will help someone. Do you guys know like a movie or something that has like a mother figure? Or it doesn't have a fairy godmother, but just some kind of,
Cinderella?
yeah, Cinderella, Pocahontas. I mean, it's just like some
Who's the Lion King?
Lion King. Okay, that also goes with the mentor, right? Mentor is there to help protect the main character. That's in so many, a lot of videos or actions, like things that you've seen. Hercules or Lion King, or even in other stories I've read, there's always been, like Gandalf, the Lord of the Rings, the mentor. And good versus evil, is that a constant theme that's just throughout a lot of the things that we read and watch? So that's what an archetype is. It could be these kind of things: a hero, mother figure, mentor, good and evil, the use of darkness and light as a symbol of meaning something. So that's what an archetype is. And this lesson, we're going to focus on the hero archetype. So, can I have you guys read your guys? So we're going to have you guys come up one by one and read your post-it, what you wrote, what defines a hero. And you guys are going to kind of come place it, and it's going to be kind of like a scale. Like, I want you guys to think of where on this line of being a hero, where does that quality or whatever you want your post-it, where does it go on this? If this is like super heroic, and this is kind of not, we're just doing something great. Do you guys understand that? Okay, so we're going to start with Jack, and we're going that way. So I want you guys to just read it real quick and say,
Saves people.
saves people, that's a really, really heroic.
Super high. And then looks really, really, really ridiculously good looking.
A little back there. Okay. All right, keep going.
Put an act of heroism, which kind of falls in line with saves people, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
saves
that
people,
in the
you can
same
put it, so-
line. And overcoming the not as important as doing something that makes you a hero.
Awesome. Overcoming that. Okay, Shane.
Okay, mine is brave. You have to be brave in order to be a hero.
I think that's
So
What do you think that is?
I think it's right up there with like maybe right there.
okay.
Saves people, you have to be brave. And then my second one is skillful in a variety of tactics. So you have to have some skills to be a superhero.
Okay.
So maybe right
Yeah. You guys all. These are yeah. These are great ideas of what a hero is. So that's what I kind of want to open up in this discussion right now is what makes a hero or what defines a hero. Jack Hero saves people,
Yeah.
like what, like firefighters, doctors,
Yeah.
they save people. That's something heroic. So it's kind of like putting someone else's life before yours, I guess in a sense. Okay, what about bravery? Do you think that's like part of being a hero, or is it? What do you guys think about that? Does being brave make you a hero? Yeah, makes sense. Skillful in a variety of tactics. Having some set of skills. Overcoming the villain. Kiko, you wrote that.
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean by villain? Just like in stories, like the evil person, or is
The
this?
obstacle that's like in their way.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
yeah, okay, so overcoming the obstacle or challenges that they meet. And looks really good looking. Are all heroes good looking?
Almost.
Okay, well I want you guys to think of one person that you think is a hero. Okay, Shane, who do you see as, or who do you guys picture as being a hero?
How about like Spider-Man?
Okay, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Why Spider-Man?
because he saves people that need help. Like if they're in a burning building, he'll go and save them,
Okay,
help them out.
okay, go on.
Superman.
Superman. For the same reason?
Yeah.
Or,
And like he lives a second life for the sole purpose of helping people.
sweet. Okay, Jack?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Why is he your hero? Or
Well,
the person you think is
this
your
is
hero?
really ridiculously good looking.
Yeah,
But
he's good looking.
he also saves Cleveland, like people who won a championship. Right?
Yeah?
And he was brave and he had to overcome the villainous Stephen Curry. And
Yes. Big Steph Curry.
yeah.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Shu. What do I-
Samwise Gamgee.
Who's that? Or you want to
He
elaborate
was
more?
Frodo's friend, Samwise,
Oh,
that saved
yeah, sorry.
Frodo and got him to the Mordor to throw in the ring. If
Okay.
it wasn't been for Sam, Frodo never would have made it.
Yeah, true. Okay, so these are great examples. And I think a lot of the time when we think of heroes, it's usually from, someone who has a superpower or does something to help people. But I also want you guys to kind of think of it in a different way. Seeing heroes as people within our own lives, or not someone who has this great superpower, but people that do good, or I don't know, just them overcoming challenges or things like that. What makes them heroic? Like my hero would be my parents. That would be my hero because of everything that they do and they've overcome to get to the point to where they're at. Being educators, going to education, helping their kids, kind of thing. But you can see that concept. So we're going to kind of dive deeper into this hero dynamic. Okay, so our outcomes for today, there's two outcomes. Can we all read it together? We'll read the first one on 3. 1, 2, 3. In writing, students can paraphrase a quote in one sentence. Okay, the second one on 3. 1, 2, 3. Students can assign an apt example to demonstrate the quote. Sorry, my handwriting, so fix that. Okay, so those are the outcomes that we're going to have today. And let me just close it. Okay, so do you guys know what paraphrasing is? You guys can just ignore this for right now. We're not going to focus on this, but these three. What is a do you guys know what the difference between paraphrasing and summarizing is? Yes, Shane?
Paraphrasing is reading something, put it in your own words, like a paragraph.
And summarizing?
And summarizing is kind of a shorter version, like maybe a sentence of what you just read.
Okay, because what we're going to be, I'm going to ask you guys to paraphrase, and I don't want you guys to summarize, which is, summarizing is just like, okay, you read this super long thing and you're kind of just like, okay, well these are the main points of it. Okay, so it's like a little shorter gist of what's going on, like the real intent, content of that. Paraphrasing is specifically putting it into your own words, and it's kind of shorter than a summary. Sometimes summarizing is a little bit, a couple more sentences. Paraphrasing is just like 1-2 sentences. And this is what I think it is. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. When we say students can assign an apt example to demonstrate the quote, we want it to be fitting and appropriate. So an example that would be tying to what the quote is saying, not just anything. Do you guys understand what apt means? Or in that context? No. An apt example. We'll go into it as we do it. Okay? So so the handout that I have on your guys' desk, could you guys flip that over for me? This one. The same. Okay, so this is the handout that we're going to work on today. And it's understanding challenges. This is in your guys' springboard book that we're working on this year. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to use this to meet our outcomes for today. So these are the quotes that are given. Briefly, yes. Before I continue with the instructions, can you guys look over these quotes? All four of them. I don't have all four of them on here. Can you look over those quotes and see if there's any words that you don't understand within the quotes? Just like 30 seconds. If there is a word that you don't understand, can you just write a V next to it? You understand anything good? What you check? Pretty much all the vocab. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Shane, did you have a vocabulary word?
Yes, I did.
Yes. What is your word?
Exhilaration.
Okay. Great. So these are some I thought you guys might have problem understanding. So exhilaration is a feeling of excitement, happiness, or elation. So what does it say in that? Accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory. So it's just that feeling of excitement, happiness, and joy. Okay? So you can write that right next to it so you can refer back to that as we're going through the paraphrasing. Is there any other words that you guys... These are some other words that are in there. Convenience, which is just, it's convenient. It's easy. It's a little trouble or effort. The granite that refers to in C is just the rock. A stepping stone is event that helps one to make progress toward a specific goal. Okay, it's just something that helps them to get to where they're trying to go. And paralyze, if I understand that, rendering someone unable to think or act normally, especially through panic or fear. Okay, so these are some words that you'll see in the quotes that we're going to be paraphrasing. Okay, so going back to this is what your sheet looks like, and this is how I want you guys to answer it. So we're going to read the quote. Okay, we're going to write our paraphrase right here, and we're going to write an example. I know this is examples, but for now I just want you to write one example. Okay, and after you fill out the paraphrase and example, you're going to ask yourself, regarding this quote, a challenge is it an obstacle, a difficult task, or an opportunity? Okay, so we're going to do this together, the first one together. Okay, so the true measure of a man is not how he behaves in moments of comfort and convenience, but how he stands at times of controversy and challenges. Actually, I'm going to do this first one and model it for you guys, okay? True measure of a man is not how he behaves in moments of comfort and convenience, but how he stands out about how he stands at times of controversy. Okay, so paraphrasing, I think this could be true character is shown in how you act when facing trials, challenges, and obstacles. Okay, so that's kind of a simple paraphrase. True measure of a man is not how he behaves in moments of comfort and convenience, but how he stands in times of controversy and challenges. So my paraphrase is, true character is shown in how you act when facing trials, challenges, and obstacles. You guys can also copy this down on your guys' notes in that first box. Okay, so that's my paraphrase. Make an example. True character is shown. So one challenge is, one of my friends' family member just passed away. So maybe I'll do something with that. One person's true identity shown Jack, can you read that example out loud?
Yeah.
Sorry if you can't.
It says, a person's identity is shown when they face a death of a loved one and refuse a bottle of beer.
Okay. Do you think that's a good an apt example for that paraphrase? Well, what's the obstacle in this example?
The death of a loved one.
Okay, so when you lose a loved one, what are some things that could possibly go into that person's head?
Regret.
Regret, loneliness, sadness. Okay, so have you guys seen in real life, when someone passes away, a close one passes away, how do people act? Do they just keep on going living their lives as they usually did?
No. They're sad.
They're sad? Be a
Yeah.
little more specific, what do they do?
They go to a funeral, they cry.
They cry. Do you think some of them turn to drinking or other bad things?
Yeah. Because they're sad. So they
Okay.
just want to drink away the pain.
Okay, so true character is shown in how you act when facing those trials. Okay, so if they're facing the trials, obviously the trial is facing death. What could they have done besides refusing a bottle of beer? Sorry. Let me rephrase that. So first, it's like when they're facing death, they could choose to refuse the bottle of beer or to drink it, like you said, to drink it all away. So in your examples, I want you guys to be really specific. Okay, really specific when you're referring to your paraphrase. So a bad example, I'd say a person's true identity is shown when they face the death of a loved one and they continue to be strong. Do you see how that wouldn't be a good example? Is this specific? Yeah, it's like, well, what is strong? What is being strong? Okay, so that's what, do you guys understand though what's going on with the paraphrasing an example? The example could be anything in life. This is just one of them. Okay, so this one, I think the challenge is an obstacle. so I want you guys to continue on and do B. Okay? Can you guys do that real quick? We don't have much time, but we'll just give you like 2 minutes to do B. Think of a paraphrase. Try to fit it into one sentence if you can. It shouldn't take more than 2 at most. Accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory. Good. Shut that example. So good here, just something.
I just use the word exhilaration in it.
Yeah, you can use the word exhilaration, you don't, it's just the whole thing, but. I'll give you 30 more seconds to try to finish up, 40 seconds, sorry, to finish up that example. Okay, so just remember, we really want you to be specific in your examples. Okay. That tie into that. Okay, about 10 more seconds. Okay, so, if you guys haven't finished it, it's okay, as long as you guys have it in your head. We're actually just gonna do a quick think, pairing up and sharing with your partner. So Shane, Nicole, can you just partner up? I'm gonna partner up with Jack, so I'm sharing. Okay, we'll give you 1 minute to share. Alright,
So my paraphrase,
So my paraphrase,
we should accept
we should
challenges.
accept challenges.
Okay.
Okay, get what you
Okay,
want
what's
out
your
of life,
example?
so you can
LeBron
enjoy the happiness that
James
goes
is
along with
always exhilarated because all he does.
That's my one.
Sweet, okay.
Paraphrases.
Good, I like how that's very
Take
specific
something
in that.
difficult task, the exhilaration or overcoming will
Accept
flow
challenges to feel excitement.
or overcome.
Sweet.
Then, for example,
Woo,
if I
yeah.
get an A on the final, that's
Sorry, I don't know.
hard, but I feel really happy.
Mr. Sheriff. No, do what I said. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and share. We're gonna start with Jack and then work our way down to Shane. Jack, do you wanna share your
Okay,
perfect
so
example?
paraphrase. I said we should accept challenges to feel excitement. And then my example is awesome. Just kidding. It says LeBron James is always exhilarated because all he does is win.
Okay, good. Nicole?
My paraphrase is when you take on a difficult task, the exhilaration and overcoming it will flow through.
Sweet. Okay, what's an example?
The example is like when you get a really good grade, like an A on like a final that was really hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feeling of exhilaration.
Yeah. You feel the challenges of trying to get that A. Okay, Shane?
Take life head on so you can enjoy the happiness that goes along with it.
Okay, what's the example? Good.
If you accept the challenge of finishing your reflection paper, you get the acceleration of victory.
Yes, great. I love that you guys are very specific in your guys' things and your paraphrases were spot on one sentence. So we're just gonna tie this up. The other two that you have, we'll just assign you guys for homework, so you can do that to get home. Okay, we're gonna end on this exit pass. There's a piece of paper on your desk. I'm gonna give you guys just like a minute, okay? How does the concept of challenge connect to the concept of heroism? Is challenge necessary for someone to be considered a hero? Okay, so I just want you guys to think of that, because as we're continuing on to the lessons this week, we're going to be focusing on these aspects of hero and challenges. Okay? So I'll give you guys, I'm going to be collecting these after. So I'll give you guys like 30 more seconds and then we're going to end on this video, which will tie in and introduce our next lesson. Okay? Good. Great. Okay. So can you guys also write your guys' names on this when I collect it? I know your name, date, period. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You just finish that up before. We're just gonna end
And,
up.
and while we're watching this video, I'd like you to look for,
I want you to look for the different stages or the hero archetype and how he explains the different. So like we talked about archetype before, right? These things are like common things that happen throughout a lot of stories. So I specifically want you to look for the different stages that he talks about. Try to see if you can realize some that you've already, you probably recognize already, and kind of think of yourself as a hero. And see if there's certain parts in your life or things you're going through right now that match with these different parts of that he's going to mention within the video.
What did Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo all have in common with the heroes of ancient myths? What if I told you they are all variants of the same hero? Do you believe that? Joseph Campbell did. He studied myths from all over the world and published a book called The Hero with 1,000 Faces, retelling dozens of stories and explaining how each represents the monomyth or hero's journey. So, what is the hero's journey? Think of it as a cycle. The journey begins and ends in the hero's ordinary world, but the quest passes through an unfamiliar, special world. Along the way, there are some key events. Think about your favorite book or movie. Does it follow this pattern? Status quo, that's where we start. 1 o'clock, call to adventure. The hero receives a mysterious message, an invitation, a challenge. 2 o'clock, assistance. The hero needs some help, probably from someone older, wiser. 3 o'clock, departure. The hero crosses the threshold from his normal, safe home and enters the special world and adventure. We're not in Kansas anymore. 4 o'clock, triumph. Being a hero is hard work. Our hero solves a riddle, slays a monster, escapes from a trap. 5 o'clock, approach. It's time to face the biggest ordeal, the hero's worst fear. 6 o'clock, crisis. This is the hero's darkest hour. He faces death and possibly even dies, only to be reborn. 7 o'clock, treasure. As a result, the hero claims some treasure, special recognition, power. 8 o'clock, result. This can vary between stories. Do the monsters bow down before the hero, or do they chase him as he flees from a special world? 9 o'clock, return. After all that adventure, the hero returns to his ordinary world. 10 o'clock, new life. This quest has changed the hero. He has outgrown his old life. 11 o'clock, resolution. All the tangled plot lines get straightened out. 12 o'clock, status quo, but upgraded to a new level. Nothing is quite the same once you're a hero. Many popular books and movies follow this ancient formula pretty closely, but let's see how well The Hunger Games fits the hero's journey template. When does Katniss Everdeen hear a call to adventure that gets the story moving? When her sister's name is called from the lottery. How about assistance? Is anyone going to help her on her adventure? Hey Mitch. What about departure? Does she leave her ordinary world? She gets on a train to the capital. Okay, so you get the idea. What do you have in common with Harry Potter, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo? Well, you're human, just like them. The hero's journey myth exists in all human cultures and keeps getting updated because we humans reflect on our world through symbolic stories of our own lives. You leave your comfort zone, have an experience that transforms you, and then you recover and do it again. You don't literally slay dragons or fight Voldemort, but you face problems just as scary. Joseph Campbell said, "In the cave you fear to enter lies the treasure you seek." What is the symbolic cave you fear to enter? Auditions for the school play? Baseball tryouts? Love? Watch for this formula in books, movies, and TV shows you come across. You will certainly see it again, but also be sensitive to it in your own life. Listen for your call to adventure. Accept the challenge. Conquer your fear and claim the treasure you seek. And then do it all over again.
Okay. So I just want you guys to think of that as we continue, when we discuss the heroes and the importance of challenges within a hero's journey, and kind of seeing yourselves or people in your life as heroes. Because you guys are heroes, just like the ones that we're going to be reading about. Okay, thank you guys.